Learning Outcome 4 focuses on demonstrating the practical application of environmental, social, and governance (ESG) principles across a range of sectors and industries. ESG principles have become essential components of modern procurement and supply chain management because organizations are increasingly expected to operate responsibly, ethically, and sustainably. This learning outcome develops the learner's ability to apply ESG considerations within practical procurement environments while balancing operational performance, stakeholder expectations, and regulatory requirements. Procurement professionals must ensure sourcing decisions contribute positively to environmental sustainability, social responsibility, and effective governance throughout supply chain operations. A major focus within this learning outcome is understanding how ESG principles apply differently across public, private, and third sector organizations. Learners examine how each sector incorporates sustainability, ethical sourcing, and governance requirements into procurement activities according to organizational objectives and stakeholder expectations. Public sector organizations often prioritize social value, transparency, and environmental responsibility, while private sector organizations focus on sustainable competitiveness, corporate reputation, and shareholder expectations. Third sector organizations emphasize mission alignment, ethical responsibility, and community impact. Procurement professionals must adapt ESG procurement practices according to organizational context while ensuring compliance, accountability, and responsible supply chain management within diverse operational environments. The learning outcome also explores the application of ESG principles across primary, secondary, and tertiary industries. Learners study how industries such as manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, construction, retail, and services integrate environmental and social responsibility into procurement and operational activities. Procurement professionals analyze how sourcing decisions affect carbon emissions, waste generation, labor standards, supplier ethics, and long-term sustainability objectives. The module demonstrates that ESG practices are no longer optional business initiatives but strategic requirements that influence organizational reputation, operational resilience, regulatory compliance, and competitive advantage. Effective ESG integration supports sustainable supply chain performance while strengthening stakeholder trust and long-term business sustainability. Another important aspect of Learning Outcome 4 is the use of supplier monitoring systems and key performance indicators, KPIs, to manage ESG performance. Learners examine how procurement professionals apply supplier evaluation tools, performance metrics, audits, and reporting mechanisms to assess supplier compliance with environmental, social, and governance expectations. Procurement professionals must monitor supplier behavior continuously to identify risks, encourage improvement, and ensure suppliers align with organizational sustainability goals. The module highlights the importance of measurable performance indicators in supporting transparency, accountability, and responsible sourcing. Effective supplier monitoring strengthens governance, improves supplier performance, and supports sustainable procurement practices across complex supply chain networks. The learning outcome further emphasizes the practical steps organizations can take to achieve ESG goals within procurement and supply chain operations. Learners explore strategies such as ethical sourcing policies, supplier development initiatives, sustainability standards, waste reduction practices, and responsible procurement governance frameworks. Procurement professionals are expected to collaborate with suppliers and stakeholders to improve sustainability performance and encourage continuous improvement throughout supply chains. The module demonstrates that ESG integration requires strong leadership, stakeholder engagement, operational planning, and ongoing performance evaluation. Effective ESG implementation contributes to risk reduction, operational resilience, reputational protection, and stronger long-term supplier relationships across procurement activities. Overall, Learning Outcome 4 of Procurement and Supply in Practice, L4M8, provides learners with a comprehensive understanding of how environmental, social, and governance principles are applied within practical procurement and supply chain environments. The module develops knowledge of sustainable procurement practices, supplier monitoring systems, ESG performance management, and sector-specific sustainability considerations. Learners gain the ability to apply ESG principles strategically to support responsible sourcing, operational efficiency, stakeholder confidence, and long-term organizational performance. By understanding the practical application of ESG principles, procurement professionals are better prepared to strengthen supply chain sustainability, improve governance, reduce procurement risks, and contribute strategically to responsible business success.